Hi, this is Yvette here. I'm doing a sketch layout. This is a sketch off of Hip Kit Club Facebook page. I thought it was cute, so I thought I'd have a go. It's using a bit of a grid in the middle of the layout, and I thought I'd use all different colours of all these pattern papers that I've picked. I'm just deciding there which ones I'm going to use. I decided that I'd cut a bunch of 2-inch squares out and use those as my grid. So I've just made myself a little template there that I've just traced onto the pattern paper that I've chosen to get the 2 inches all the same. I quite enjoy cutting them out by hand instead of on a cutter, so that's why I did that. I've used some black acrylic paint just to brush a big chunk onto the paper, onto the white cardstock, and let that dry. Did a little bit of splattering. My photo is of my eldest daughter being silly. The black I thought would be a nice pop of colour behind all the brights. So here I'm just arranging all of those squares underneath to decide which colours I wanted where, adding a couple of extra ones that I thought it needed some brightness. So I think I picked out about 12. Anyway, they get changed around quite a few times. I did this layout pretty quick. I kind of had the idea in my head of what I wanted to do, and I used my silhouette to actually cut out a title, which is there, and that just went straight on, and then later on I changed the colour of that. I used some nice crepe paper to cut a couple of frames out just to go on the top left hand corner, which I'm doing now, and the bottom. Just thought they were cute, a little bit pretty. Black and white was easy to work with, so I put those on there. And then the layout's not far from being completed here. Just had to use quite a lot of double-sided, foam dots, which I put on the back of all the squares, all the pattern paper squares, to give them a bit of dimension so it wasn't all flat. I'm just probably thinking about what colours to change on that grid pattern, and then I decided to ink the edges of all of the squares of paper because I thought they looked a little bit raw, and some of them were up against white, so those bottom ones looked much better when I inked around them. And then I got a pen and just did a black line around each one to give it a little bit of a frame. I thought that looked quite pretty. I don't even know why I put some in the middle because they're going to be underneath the photo, but you never know, they may peek out just a little bit, so I probably just liked to have them there also for the height so that the photo wasn't falling down into a big hole in the middle. So just put some, I think I put some vellum behind. Yep, I've got some vellum, and I put some vellum behind my photo, and I had some Liquitex black ink, which I love, so I put some of that, dripped it straight onto the layout. The blending palette is just sitting on there so I don't get too much on the photo and the coloured pieces of pattern paper. You can see up to the left I did a little hand cut, you'll see it now, a little hand cut banner up there which coordinates with the coloured pattern papers that I used. On the grid layout, added a couple of chipboard shapes mostly from the Sunny Days crepe paper range. There's a little bit of gold thread wrapped around some of the 2-inch square pieces, and I used some gold Liquitex ink, acrylic ink, to paint that complicated word, which I cut from the silhouette, and that's the finished layout. I'm pretty happy with it. And I've just got to work out how to do these videos a little better so I can do some more. I hope you enjoyed my video. Thanks for watching. Bye.